Hey everybody, it's Tom and T from Show Me Coasters, and today we wanted to talk to you about some news we got while we were at Winterfest at Worlds of Fun.
Yeah, our beloved Shoot the Chute was torn down. I have so many great memories.
Yeah, you know, for 28 seasons, they gave over 14 million rides on this thing, which is amazing.
So for fun, we're gonna predict. We don't know what they're gonna get, but it's just our guess. So let's look at what possible candidate can replace this ride, this beloved ride that we grew up with. I know in the past we have predicted that Six Flags will get the 40 free spin, the SS 40 free spin. But in my opinion, just by the directions of the trend, I think Six Flags is done with the 40 free spin. They didn't add any to any of their parks for 2020, and the park that we thought would get one was Six Flags over Georgia. They didn't get it. I think they're going different directions.
Yeah, I kind of agree. That could be a good possibility. They might be done with this. So the problem with the SNS 40 free spin is it's very short in duration. It's only about a 45-second ride.
Yeah, the average is usually like at least a minute and a half to 3 minutes. Even Mr. Freeze is a minute and 45 seconds. So this is very short. And there are candidates, new kind of coasters out there that is about the same price but has a longer experience for park patrons.
So let's take a look at some of the candidates that could replace Tidal Wave at Six Flags St. Louis.
That are cheap and affordable.
The first one we're going to take a look at is the Vekoma
Super Shockwave.
This is Aqualantis at Energylandia in Poland. This is scheduled to open in 2020.
For what I can see, it looks amazing, looks forceful. The reason we didn't choose B&M and Intamin. We are a smaller park, and that is just, it's out of the budget.
Yeah, those are way out of the price range.
So in the past, they have been getting bad rap for producing some of the worst roller coasters, such as any of the SLC, the Boomerang, the Flying Dutchman. But Vekoma has come a long way since they've been absorbed by S&S. They have stepped up their games.
They really have stepped up their game. Another candidate that could fit in that spot is the El Loco model by S&S. Now this is Gale Force at Playland's Castaway Cove in Ocean City, New Jersey.
But what I can see, it's a very, it has a lot of elements in a very tight, constricted space. But a lot of coaster enthusiasts that wrote this, they say it's not as good as the Skyrocket 2. But I'd rather have this than the 40 free spin anytime.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's a full circuit, and you get to go backward and forward a couple times, and the ride duration is much longer.
But I've also heard that Six Flags doesn't really want to work with S&S right now because of the fiasco with
Max Force.
So,
but I hope they would look into this model.
It's
cheaper than B&M or Intamin, and it would fit in the smaller park like Six Flags St. Louis.
So another model that we thought could be a great replacement and a great addition to Six Flags St. Louis is Zamperla's Thunderbolt model. Now this is Rollin' Thunder at the park at OWA in Alabama.
It reminds me a lot of the Gerstlauer Eurofighter. It's just the layout's different.
Yeah.
And it's not as expensive, again, as an Intamin or a B&M. And this would, the advantage of this kind of prototype is they can design the track to fit any amount of land you have. It can be like a half twist like Raging Bull or anything. So it would be a great addition, and it wouldn't cost the park that much money.
No, this would go over really well at Six Flags St. Louis.
So now let's look at some of the more popular model. This is the Skyrocket 2 model that's been added all over the place, such as Tempesto in Busch Garden Williamsburg, Tigress in Busch Garden Tampa, and Electric Eel at SeaWorld in San Diego.
Yeah, these are really awesome. They don't have a huge footprint. They're very cheap to purchase.
Probably the same amount as would be like a 40 free spin, but the ride duration is a lot longer as you go both directions, backward and forward. And from coast enthusiasts seems to like these model, and it's not expensive.
Yeah, this does look like a really fun little coaster. So the next model that we're going to look at is T's Big Hopeful.
The Gerslau, your fighter.
Yeah, and this is Tantrum at Six Flags Darien Lake. We got to ride this summer. It's a really great little coaster.
It's compact.
It's very compact and it's very intense. It's really fun.
It's full, a lot of elements for a short ride, but it's not expensive. We also rode Devil Dive in Six Flags Over Georgia, which is a longer model.
Yeah, it has a longer layout. And they are really fun. They're really smooth. They're quiet. They're not obnoxious. And I think this would be a really huge hit for Six Flags St. Louis.
It is popular with the public.
So let's take a look at the most likely candidate that we're going to get at Six Flags St. Louis.
This is Aquaman Power Wave at Six Flags Over Texas. This ride was supposed to go to the new Six Flags in Dubai, which was never built. So they sent it over Six Flags Over Texas. And I was hoping we wouldn't get this, but it's just little clues. When I was filming the removal site of Tidal Wave, one of the supervisors, I asked nonchalantly, I wonder what we're going to get, and she said, we're going to get another water ride. And I thought to myself, oh my God, we're going to get a water coaster. So this will be our 10th coaster, folks. Highly likely that we're going to get this one.
Yeah, I was also told by someone that works for Six Flags that we were going to get a coaster for our 50th anniversary. And with what you said, this really does fit that, but I was really hoping it wouldn't be this.
But it could be another water coaster that's not made by Mack either. So
it could be.
So it's just our guess. We don't know for sure. It's just a fun piece.
But one thing that kind of confuses me and gets me kind of thinking that maybe we won't get this for 2021 is that they've already started demolition on Tidal Wave where the Power Splash would go. So, I mean, if you think about it, at Six Flags Over Texas, they didn't remove the ride. They didn't start demolition until this year. And they're getting that coaster for next season. So, to go out 2 years ahead of time seems awfully strange that you would remove that ride 2 years in advance of what you're going to put in there. No. Unless it was something bigger.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see how much land they remove, if they plow more land besides the territory where Tidal Wave sits. It could be a bigger ride than what we thought.
Yeah.
So.
And also, I was told that if they didn't take out the splash area, the pool area down at the bottom where the boat hit and splashed the water up onto the bridge, if that remained, then yeah, we would probably be getting the Power Splash. But it really depends on if they remove that or not. We won't know that for sure until we can get
from
better
the video,
footage.
It looks like they need more water. But they did tear down the water, the pool area. So it's either way you look at it, it's gonna be exciting. But this is my guess. I don't know. I think they're gonna get another water ride, which the park can legally classify as the coaster, as a new coaster.
That's true, but I'm still kind of hoping out for an RMC Raptor. And I think
which I don't think they're gonna get. That's out of the budget for smaller parks.
I don't think that it's really all that far out of the budget. They gave one to Six Flags Fiesta Texas.
That's a destination park. So this is T.
And this is Tom.
So even though we don't know what we're gonna get, but my guess is they're gonna get the Power Splash, and Tom thinking it might be something else. Either way you look at it, it's an exciting future. So those coasters that we predict that we could get, it might not go where Tidal Wave is. So for some time in the future, if the Ninja, if Corporation ever decided it's outlived its usefulness, it would fit over there.
Yeah, you could have a pretty major coaster over in that section.
Yeah, and that area needs some new ride. It's pretty run down and drabby at the studio backlot.
Yeah, they really need to retheme Studio Backlot. It really should be rethemed to Gotham City. So thanks for joining us tonight as we looked at the possible candidates to replace Tidal Wave.
I think it's going to be the Power Splash.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it's not the Power Splash. But let us know what you think. Hit the comments and hit that like and subscribe button as well.
And it could be something totally different.
It
so
could be.
Let us hear your thoughts.
This is Tom.
This is T.
Have a great night.